Okay, section 2. Let's see what we got here. Okay, we need at least, looks like 2 different columns, right? One row, 2 columns. One's going to have a video and the other one's going to have this form, and it's going to have a logo at the top with a get a quote option. So let's see what we can do about building this. All right. So we're going to add a row, and we wanted it a 2 column. Nope, I put it into the wrong section. Not to worry, I'm just going to click on it and I'm going to click and drag it down to the next section. Let's see if there we go. So now we're in that second section. So you can see the blue is inside this green, whereas this blue, it's not inside the top green. So that's what we want. We want a second section. So we're going to work on the right-hand side. Typically I work from top down and left to right, but we need to build this. So we're going to go to add an element, and this is going to be a video. So we're going to click over here, add the media file, video, and it's just going to be a blank video for right now. But you can pull video types in on the right-hand side. It says YouTube, Vimeo, Wistia. You can embed, you can upload the video. And this video, if you remember, it's been a while, but this was something about you, right? So this could be you as a talking head explaining what you do for your services. This could be some montage video that you have with people coming into the office, whatever. It doesn't matter what video you have or where you place it, really. If it's a small video, then go ahead and upload it to the server. If it's a little bit larger, you may want to use Vimeo, which is a paid service, but you won't get ads. If you don't care about the ads, then just go ahead and put it on YouTube. And I'm just going to share this. I just pulled up any old video on here. I'm going to share it. I'm going to copy that link right there. And I'm going to go back here and I'm going to go to YouTube and the video URL, just paste that in there. And then it takes that video and places it right in here for you. Pretty cool. Now, you can also do full width, 3/4 width, or half width. So we're going to do full width just to see what it looks like. The next thing we want to do is, it looks like there's a background image here. It's not a very good one because we're chopping off a neck and a chin, but we'll see what we got here. So we'll go here, and we just want to put in something in the background. So we're going to go on the section area right here, and we're going to do BG Media, which is background media. We're going to go to our little icon right there. We're going to create a folder called background images. Spell it properly. And click save. We're going to go into this folder and we're going to upload some of our files. And I've got a lot of files. Remember, we needed about 15 to 20 photos for this, right? So I could use any one of these. It doesn't really matter. Let's take a look at some of these. And we're just going to large icons, and we'll make it even larger so you can see them, right? And we're just going to upload them all. Doesn't really matter what the name of the folder is. I already have the logos in the logo folder, but we're just going to choose here and upload them all. And you just wait until these green check marks show up. And let's choose something that would be appropriate. So this might be a good one right here. I don't like putting faces on a background image just because it's a little bit weird, right? To have that on a background. I don't mind doing it in an element image, but I tend to stay away from faces and like people in background images. Not all the time, but that looks pretty good. So that looks pretty good. It is a little bit overwhelming. It's competing with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the background image opacity to, we're going to do a half or light fade. Let's try a half fade. It's getting a little bit better. See how this is popping off? And then let's try a heavy fade. I think the heavy fade actually does it. Keeps it more consistent. Now, on the left-hand side, we've got our image here, or got our video here, rather. On the left-hand side, we want to put a form where they can get a quote. Well, let's build that form. First thing we're going to do is we're going to save this. Now, there is a full training on how to build a form, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time doing this. But you're going to go to Forms. Let's ignore this and go to Forms, and we're going to go to Builder. And we're just going to build a quick form, and we're going to create a folder called 20.0, demo site, forms. Click Save or Confirm. Go into that folder. We're going to add a form. Start from scratch. And it looks like it already has pretty much everything we need, right? Name, email address. We might want to add a custom field called insurance type. But again, this isn't a training on how to build forms. This is a training on how to build the website. There is a full training on how to build forms, so go watch that training. I'm going to rename this just for clarity's sake, submit. Now there is a quick little tip here. Notice how small this option is because it's got them all together. You can either delete some of these fields or you can change the layout option. So you go to styles and inline form is what we're looking for. And that changes it. Okay. And click Save. This is called Form 39. We're going to rename this to 20.0. We're going to call this A form main site. Just so we know what it's named and where it goes. And we're going to go back. Now we want to add that to our page. So we're going to go back to our website. Get rid of that thing, 20.0 Shield Protection Insurance. Go back to our page. Edit our page. And click Add Element. And now we're looking for that form. Select your form and just type in 20.0. There it is. Now we got the form there. Click Save. And I think I forgot to hit Save when I did the inline, but we'll go back and fix that. Okay. Now we notice that button is not the right color. We want red, white, and blue. So I'm going to go back and change that and maybe save the inline that I forgot to save. So we're going to go back here, go to Forms, go to Builder, go to the 20.0. All right, inline is saved. That's fine. Let's change this button color to blue. That's a little bit too dark, I think. Let's go here. There you go. All right, we got our button, we got our inline, we saved it. So it might just be on how it's previewing. Let's go back to the sites rather and go to websites and Shield. There you go. Color has changed. Right. So if we wanted to preview this, we could just click this little button right here and it gets to preview. There you go. So it is just in the builder. It looks like the inline doesn't show up, but we're getting pretty close here. We got the background image. We have the video right here. We have everything else. A couple of things I am noticing. This is a little bit tight right here. So this is either the margin or the padding. So we may want to increase our margin or padding on this. Probably just on this section right here would be fine. We also have a telephone number on top of a telephone number, which is a little bit redundant. Not sure why we would need both of those. So I may play around with that And then telephone number here and telephone number here is fine, but I don't think we need it on the same line. So I'll probably just delete this button right here and move these over. So let's do that. So I'm going to just delete this and change this layout a little bit. And let's shrink this a little bit. There we go. And shrink that a little bit. There we go. Yeah, it looks a little bit better. And we want to change the spacing on this. And let's just add 10 pixels at the bottom here. Yeah, that's good. Let's view that again. Yeah, much better. All right, got your social icons, telephone number, email address. Perfect. Okay, now let's move on to the third section.